Welcome all of you who are joining us. We have 190 people so far joining us tonight, and I am so excited to get the opportunity to talk about one of my very favorite subjects, and that is blogging. So I would love it if you do me a huge favor if you just leave a comment in the chat and tell us where you're tuning in from tonight and whether or not you have a blog. I'd love to know where you're from and whether or not you have a blog. I will tell you that what I'm going to be sharing is specifically for people who haven't started blogging yet or who are in the really basic beginning stages of starting a blog. But if you already have a blog, I think that there will be a lot that you will learn and you'll be encouraged with, and hopefully it will spark some inspiration for you and some motivation. So don't feel like, well, this isn't for me. I hope that you will glean some stuff from it, even if you already have been blogging for a while. So it looks like there are a lot of people who don't have a blog, which that means I'm so happy that you're here because you are absolutely 100% in the right place. Well, provided that you are interested in blogging, because that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But you are here in the right place, showing up tonight, and we're going to be talking all about how to set up a successful blog, those steps that you need to take to start being a successful blogger. And I'm going to share with you some of my own backstory, some of my own journey and the mistakes that I made. And then we're going to be talking about some of the practical things that I really want to challenge you to start doing now, what you need to have in place, what you need to be thinking about as you prepare for setting up a blog, what you need to have in place to actually start a blog, how to make money blogging, because I feel like you shouldn't be putting all this time and effort into blogging if you're not seeing any income from it, because your time is worth money. And we will be also doing a Q&A at the end where I will answer all of your burning questions. So if you have questions and that come up as we're going along, you can go ahead and leave those in the chat. And Katie, who is helping out tonight, she will be putting those in a separate section and marking them as questions so that at the end I can get to as many of those as possible. So just know that I'm not going to be answering questions while I am presenting, but at the end of the presentation, I will answer as many of those as I possibly can. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I'm really excited to get to share with you on a topic that I'm very passionate about, and that is blogging. Specifically for people who are interested in blogging, people who are wanting to set up a blog, people who are curious about blogging. We're going to talk about the 3 steps to start that blog you've been dreaming of. So welcome. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you the 1 habit that you should begin today or maybe tomorrow. Since if you're joining us in the evening, you don't have to start it tonight, but tomorrow if you want to set up a successful blog, and it might surprise you. We're also going to talk about the few key things you need to have in place to get your blog up and running, and it's a much shorter list than you might expect. I'm going to share with you 5 simple ways that you can make a part-time or a full-time income from blogging, and we're going to do a live Q&A at the end so that you can bring all of your burning questions, and I will answer as many of them as possible. And like I said, stick around to the end so that you can hear about the special offer that we have for those of you who are just joining us live. So thank you for being here tonight. I'm so excited to share with you on this topic that I'm very passionate about. So we're going to switch over to the slides, and then I will get going with my presentation. Alrighty, hopefully everyone can see and hear. There should be a screen popping up that says webinar, and it says 3 steps to start that blog you've always dreamed of. So it looks like we are good to go, and so we're going to dive right in, and I'm just warning you right now, we're going to cover a lot of information really quickly. But remember, you get a replay tomorrow, so you can always go back and rewatch any part that you want to rewatch if you missed or you just want to hear it again. So I have been blogging for over 13 years, and the idea of blogging was not even on my radar screen when I first got married. This is my husband and I when we were living in our little basement apartment, and we had our first daughter. And so we got married over 15 years ago, and my husband had really planned on that he was going to go to law school, and we'd set this audacious goal that we were going to have him go through law school and we were going to stay out of debt. We didn't know how, but this was this dream and this goal of ours, and so we wanted to make it happen. Well, very quickly then I realized that I was going to have to get creative and find some ways to be able to earn money from home, because there was no way we were going to stay out of debt if I was not also significantly supplementing our family's income. You have to know, though, that I didn't go to college, I didn't have a marketing background, and so I just started researching everything that I could about making money online, and I tried a lot of different things. I started out with this blog called Covenant Wedding Source. It actually wasn't a blog, it was just a website where I sold modest wedding gowns, and I learned a lot about what not to do from this site, and technically, this business really failed, but it wasn't a complete failure because I learned so much from it. My next business idea was this site called Biblical Womanhood, and if you can tell, I designed the site all myself because I did not have money to pay a designer. So I designed this site and I started in on this journey of biblical womanhood. And so I started it on this journey of teaching women about biblical womanhood, which the funny thing is I was 23 years old and knew very little about life and had very little life experience. And here I am trying to teach women about biblical womanhood. So I learned a lot from that as well. And I grew a lot, matured a lot, and made a lot of mistakes. But moving on, from there, I learned about the idea of selling ebooks, and I dabbled in writing and producing ebooks that I also created some of them into printed books, and I learned a lot from that experience. And ultimately then it led me to discovering blogging, because on that site I had been reading all about search engine optimization, and I had heard that if you added a blog to your site, then you would be able to increase your rankings on search engines. So if you type in something on Google, your site would come up more frequently if you had a blog on your site. So I added a blog onto my site and I started blogging there, and it was just this little side thing that I was doing to try to help build up this business. And in the process, discovered that I loved writing, that people were reading what I was writing, and people were fascinated with the idea of saving money. So I ended up doing a series on that blog called Supermarket Savings 101. So many people wanted to know more information, so then I turned that series into an ebook, and then finally into an online course. And from there, more and more and more questions came, and I had discovered a lot of tactics and techniques and strategies for making money from blogging. At that point, I was only making a very small amount, but in those 2 years, I learned so much and decided then to start Money Saving Mom, just a blog that was dedicated to saving money, helping people save money, talking specifically about this topic that people were so interested in. And so this is the second prototype of Money Saving Mom. The first prototype was actually all white background and block letters at the top that said Money Saving Mom. I didn't have any money to be able to pay someone to do a design for me, so I did it myself and worked with what I had. And I'm a big fan of using what you have, starting where you are, and just jumping in and learning as you go. So a few months into the journey, I was able to pay this, I think she was 13 at the time, and she made me this header, and that's where I started. It was on Blogspot. And then moved from Blogspot to Typepad, and then from Typepad to WordPress, and this is the site today. I never could have dreamed back when I started that side blog and then started Money Saving Mom as another little side thing. I never would have dreamed that it was going to turn into our family's full-time income. But it has been more than I could ever dream or imagine, and blogging has blessed our family so much. I get to have the opportunity to have a flexible schedule. My husband came home full-time a few years ago, and so we get to work together in the business. We get to be available to our kids. I get to write and speak and teach and encourage women from all walks of life, and I get to make a difference in the lives of so many people, not only here in the US, but also around the world. And I get to use the gifts that God has given me to inspire women, which is something that I am so passionate about. So from blogging, things have come like book deals, which I never could have dreamed. I've had the opportunity to have 3 books published, as well as some different journals, and I've done ebooks. I've also had the opportunity to speak at multiple events around the country, and also I have then started Your Blogging Mentor, which is something that I had been dreaming about for so long, because I am passionate about blogging, because I want to help women especially be able to take the message and the gifts that they have and be able to share it with the world. Your Blogging Mentor is a place for me to be able to help beginning to intermediate bloggers make a part-time to full-time income from blogging. So I'm really passionate about blogging just because of how it has affected our family. And my husband and I have had the opportunity to work together on doing courses. I've done courses individually. And one of my biggest passions and heartbeats that has come from blogging is the opportunity to get to make an impact in South Africa. And right here you can see me next to my friend Lisa Joe, who is from South Africa. And I met her through blogging, and through a series of crazy different events, ended up, she and I went to South Africa to go back to her home, to where she had grown up, and got to get involved in this ministry there. And now our family is very closely involved in this ministry there. And through blogging, we are able to fund this ministry that impacts literally thousands of children, not only providing food for them and nourishment, but also education, marketable opportunities, teaching them entrepreneurship, and teaching them character, and ultimately teaching them about Jesus. And so that's really one of my big heartbeats, and that has come from blogging. And one of the greatest gifts for me was getting to take my family to South Africa. I just love these kids so much, and getting to take my family there for my birthday in 2016, I believe, 2015, I can't remember exactly, but we are getting ready to go again in July, and we are super excited to all get to go back again. So this is all a result of blogging. And I shared this picture here, not because we're this picture perfect family, because there's been a lot of ups and downs and difficult days in this journey, but just to encourage you that, you know, I never could have dreamed that when we were, my husband was in law school and money was so tight and we were struggling so much and we were trying to make ends meet. All the things that I learned from that, I had no idea that I was going to be able to use those to be able to not only make a full-time income for our family, not only for my husband to be able to come home full-time and for us to be present in our kids' lives, but for us to be able to impact so many families. And it's all through blogging. So that is why I am so passionate about blogging. The other thing I love is that our family gets to travel. This is when we went to New York City. We went on a 14-day road trip last year and got to tour all sorts of different places. We fell in love with Boston and want to go back there as soon as we possibly can. So blogging has done so much, far beyond, like I said, what I could have ever dreamed or imagined. And it's been the catalyst for our family and for me personally, and it's impacted my life so much and given me the platform to be able to impact so many people. So I want to ask you, why are you here? When I started blogging, I never could have dreamed what it would turn into, but I had to start with a why. I had to know why I was blogging. And for me, it was because I had a message that I wanted to share with other women. I wanted to challenge and encourage other women and inspire them. And also because, honestly, I needed to find a way for us to be able to make ends meet. And I was really motivated to want to stay out of debt. And I also wanted to be able to stay home with my kids. And so I just ask you, what is the reason that you signed up for this class today? Really think about that. And maybe you can tell us in the comments why you're here. What is the reason that you decided to sign up for this class? What's your heart behind wanting to consider blogging? I think it's so important for you to know your why for what you do. And that's the first step to starting a blog. So the 3 steps to start that blog you've always dreamed of. Number 1, determine your why. Your why is what is going to keep you going on your hard days, on the days when you want to quit. This is what is going to give you focus and momentum. Now, like I said, when I first started blogging, I didn't know where it was going to end up. I was just blogging so that it could help this site that I had to be able to have better search engine optimization, that it would come up higher in the search engine when you searched on Google. But as I blogged on there and as I wrote on there, I discovered more and more about my why. And I discovered that I wanted to encourage and challenge and inspire women to live their life on purpose. And so your why might develop and morph over time. But I highly recommend that you start out with it from the get-go so you know the reason behind why you are blogging. That why is going to give you focus, purpose, and direction. For instance, on Money Saving Mom, my why is to inspire families to be intentional with their finances. This serves as a guiding principle for me and helps me weed out what things to post about. So ask yourself, why do I want to blog? What is my end goal? And if you know, share this in the chat box with us. You might not know just yet, but this is something to really stop and ponder and define before you jump into blogging. It's just like if you were going to go on vacation. You wouldn't just start, hop in the car and just be like, I have no idea where we're going, but we're just going to get in the car and we're just going to drive. You're usually always going to know at least somewhat what your destination is going to be. Otherwise, you're not going to know how to get there. Would you go race if there was no finish line? If you didn't know where the end game was, what you were aiming for, what you were shooting at? It's the same thing with blogging. You need to know what your end goal is. What is your reason? Then I want you to think about who you're going to blog for. Who is your target market? Who is your ideal reader? Like I said, for me on Money Saving Mom, I want to inspire women specifically to be intentional with their finances and with their life. I want them to live their life on purpose. I want them to use their money intentionally and purposefully. On your blogging mentor, my why is, told you, you might have caught it. I said, my why is to help beginning to intermediate bloggers make a part-time to full-time income blogging. That's really my goal. So that is my why and that is my who. I want you to think about who your target market is, and then I want you to complete this statement. I blog to teach, help, serve, inspire, some kind of action word. Use some kind of action word there. So I blog to action word, blank, to do blank by blank. So write this down. I blog to blank to do blank by blank. So right now this might be confusing to you, but when I flesh this out, it's going to make more sense. So on moneysavingmom.com, here is my statement. This is my why statement. I blog to inspire families to be intentional with their finances and live on a budget by providing great deals, frugal tips, and money-saving inspiration. So I'm telling you who I blog for and why I blog and what I blog about. You want to be as specific as possible while not, putting yourself in a tiny little box that's going to make you feel miserable, but this tells you what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. When you fill out this statement, then you can know what you're not going to do and how you're not going to do it. There's a lot of things that I don't do, and you can see they're not listed on here. I provide great deals, frugal tips, and money-saving inspiration. That is my main chief goal on Money Saving Mom. On your blogging mentor, I blog to educate and inspire beginning and intermediate bloggers to find their voice, increase their income, and broaden their impact by sharing tools, tips, and lessons learned from my 13 plus years of blogging. So do you see, again, I'm defining who I am, what I do, who I am not, and what I do not do. So you need to not only know what you do, but also what you don't do, because then you can know what you should say yes to, what you should pursue, and what you should say no to, and what you shouldn't do. So I want you to fill out this as much as possible over the next few days. Maybe it's going to take you a few weeks, but as you start in on your blogging journey, to define your why. I believe that the most successful bloggers are those who solve a problem, meet a need, or provide hope through their blog. So really think about how, as a blogger, are you going to solve a problem, meet a need, or provide hope? I'm going to give you some examples. Janae from I Can Teach My Child. She helps solve parents' problems of struggling to figure out how to offer educational activities for their kids. Gluten-Free Girl provides inspiration and encouragement and recipes for those who need to eat a gluten-free diet. Maria from Lemonade and Grace provides hope to parents and others who are caregivers, and she can do this because of her 12 plus years of experience being an advocate and caregiver for a daughter with a tethered spinal cord. So, solve a problem, meet a need, or provide hope. And you might be doing all three, but really think about what you're going to do to solve a problem, to meet a need, or provide hope through your blog. With Money Saving Mom, it was born out of the fact that so many people were asking me when I was writing on that other mommy blog that I had, how are you living on such a small grocery budget? So the blog was born out of that as a way for me to have a platform to share how I was doing that and how others could do it too. So I was solving a problem, I was providing hope, and I was meeting a need. With your blogging mentor, again, that was born out of the fact of so many people asking me, I want to start a blog, I don't know how to. How should I start a blog? How can I be successful as a blogger? Again, solving a problem, meeting a need, and providing hope. There's so much more I can say on this, but the bottom line is this. It's important to know why you blog and who your target market is. That way you can make sure that what you are doing, the topics you're covering, and what you're recommending to others is in line with that. Now I say all this, but I want to go on a little tangent right here because I've talked about how starting blogging, one of my goals, one of my whys was to help us to be able to put a roof over our heads and food on the table. And I think that that is a very valid reason. But your why needs to be more than just a job, more than just, I want to make money. Because if you make money your goal, you'll crash and burn. And I've seen this happen over and over again with bloggers. They'll see the earnings potential that is out there with blogging, they get jazzed about it, and they jump into blogging solely to make money. They don't have any passion for blogging. They don't have any passion for their topic. They don't have any inspiration and maybe even any life experience about what they're talking about, but they just know it's a good topic that people are interested in and it's gonna make money, and I wanna make money. Don't do that. If your only why for blogging is making money, you're serving yourself, not your audience. You're not seeking to meet a need for others. You're not seeking to solve a problem for others. You're just trying to provide for yourself, solve a problem for yourself, meet a need for yourself. And when you have that sort of inward focus, over the long haul, you're not going to be successful. Now, that said, like I said earlier, I believe wholeheartedly that you should make an income from blogging. I'm a big advocate of that, and that's why one of my big passions is helping beginning to intermediate bloggers make a part-time to full-time income from blogging. So let's take a little detour here and let's talk about how you actually make money blogging, because I want to give you some practical takeaways so that you can go from this and be like, okay, not only do I know what I need to have in place to start a blog, but I get how people make money blogging, because that seems to be one of the big sort of mysteries out there of how people actually make money blogging. So let's talk about that. First off, the key is to set up multiple streams of income. I don't rely upon one check coming from one source. I have checks and PayPal deposits and direct deposits coming from many, many, many different sources. So the key over the long haul is to set up multiple streams of income. Here is an example. This is from a little while ago, but this is an example of where our revenue comes from. Banner ads, sponsored posts, digital products, those are our own products that we sell, plus affiliate advertising. Now, underneath each of those spots in the pie chart, each of those pieces of the pie, it breaks down to a lot more streams of income. So let's just take the affiliate revenue. This was from August 2016. This is just an example. So you can see all the different places that we were getting affiliate revenue from. The beauty of this is that if one portion of your pie is not doing well, you have a lot of other places that you can rely upon. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket and then something happens, because sometimes things do. Programs change, companies go under, they no longer pay what they used to pay, it's no longer working for them to work with you, whatever. But if you have multiple streams of income, then you can just, switch over to something else, work harder on some other area, and not feel like, I put all my eggs in that one basket and I just lost that entire basket of revenue. So some examples, 5 examples of how to make money blogging. Number 1, Amazon affiliate links. Amazon's affiliate program is one of my favorite ways to earn money. In a nutshell, once you sign up, you can grab your unique referral link for any product sold on Amazon. And Amazon sells pretty much everything. You then receive a commission if anyone clicks your link and purchases that or any other product on Amazon for the rest of the day. It's a very easy way to start earning money by promoting products you already use and love. So even if you're a beginner, this is something you can implement easily and quickly to start bringing in revenue. Let me show you how this works. So you sign up for the Amazon Associates program. Once you're signed up, you can have it logged in all the time when you're on Amazon. So there's this site stripe right at the top that you can grab links directly from any page on Amazon. So I was doing this outfit post. This was in 2016. I had bought this tunic and I really loved this tunic and I had worn it a lot and I wanted to use it in this post, and I was showing different ways to wear it, and it was super inexpensive on Amazon, and so I linked to it in this post. And if you see the pink where it says this tunic, that's a live link, and if you click on that, it takes you directly to this item on Amazon. So I was linking directly to Amazon through my referral link. And so on this page, I just went up to the Amazon site stripe up there, the Amazon Associates site stripe at the top, and I could choose to click on text. That would give you my text link. That is my referral link right there to this page, so that if people click on that link in my post, it would take them to this page. If they purchase this tunic or anything else on Amazon that day, because they clicked through my referral link, I would make a percentage of every single sale. This works especially well during times of year like Christmas, when people are ordering all sorts of stuff off of Amazon. Number 2, promote companies you love. A lot of companies that you love, sites you go to regularly, places that you buy from, have affiliate programs set up for bloggers. Think about the products or companies you use and love, and then do a quick search of their website to see if they offer an affiliate program. Some sites will call them referral programs or affiliate programs or influencer programs. You can simply Google the company's name and the word affiliate, and it will usually pop up with the results. But most companies put their affiliate link in the footer. So this is Stitch Fix, and you can see if you scroll down to the bottom of the page on Stitch Fix, you can see right down there it says influencer program. You click on that and it takes you to the page where it tells you how to sign up to be a Stitch Fix influencer. And if you use your referral link and people sign up for Stitch Fix, you will make $25 in credit. and or cash, depending upon how you're signed up, through Stitch Fix. So always look at the bottom of a site, or you can also just Google for it. I have made a lot of money from Stitch Fix over the years, and it all started with this post in 2014. I did this post on my completely honest experience with Stitch Fix. I talked about how Stitch Fix works, and then I gave my very honest review. In that review, I talked about how I had sent everything back. I happened to use my referral link in that post, and I disclosed that, and I said, hey, if anybody ends up trying out Stitch Fix from this, you probably won't, because I basically have to try to convince you not to, but I put my referral link. Well, people started using my referral link in that post, even though it was such a negative review. And I ended up then getting some credit, and so I used that credit. I got another box from Stitch Fix, and I ended up finding a pair of jeans that I really, really loved and that fit me so well, which is kind of a miracle when you're 5'3.4 like I am, and just with the body build that I have, it's very hard to find jeans that fit. So I did a follow-up post on that and talked about why I may have changed my mind a little bit about Stitch Fix. Now, in these posts, I was super honest, and I showed pictures of everything. I showed what I thought of it. I showed whether I thought it was terrible or wonderful, whatever. I was super, super honest. I wasn't just being like, Stitch Fix is amazing. I was giving you the raw, honest truth. And people loved it. They love honest reviews. And I also did a YouTube video, and I put my link for my Stitch Fix review in that YouTube video. You can see it right there. And from that post, because it was such an honest review, Google loves honest reviews, and a lot of people were searching for honest reviews, and ended up, it was one of the #1 posts that comes up on Google. I haven't checked it for a little while, but it used to be that if you would search Stitch Fix reviews or honest Stitch Fix reviews, it would pull it up as one of the top 3 posts. So a lot of people were clicking on it, and for some reason, then they were going ahead and signing up for Stitch Fix. And so what happened is then Stitch Fix said, you have made too much referral credit. We need to switch you over to our actual paid program. So they started paying me in actual cash. And you can see that initial post was in 2014. You can see here from this chart, our monthly net income from Stitch Fix for doing nothing other than that initial post, that follow-up post, posting it on YouTube, and every once in a while we would post those posts on Pinterest or on Facebook, or link to it somewhere for some reason or other. And you can see how we consistently are making great income from that post. So that is one simple income stream that we have on our blog that has done exceptionally well. All of them are not going to do this well, but this is an example of how it can work. So you can see the daily average off of Stitch Fix right there, just for having the post up and Google liking the post. There are a lot of different ways that you can promote these types of things. I love to use Instagram and Instagram stories as well to be promoting affiliate links, and doing it in a really natural or an organic way, so that it's not me just pushing a product, but it's me talking about how a product has implemented my life. Or for instance, on Instagram here, you can see how I'm talking about this Choose Joy shirt, but I'm doing something that it's very authentic for Instagram, and not just saying, hey, go buy this shirt. But I'm talking about, we might not get to choose our circumstances. We might not get to choose our season of life. We might not get to choose our income level or our housing situation or our job security or other people's responses to us, or whether or not we get that offer we were hoping and praying for. And on it goes. And I'm just talking about choosing joy. And then at the bottom of this post, then I have a link for that shirt. We sold so many shirts through this because the picture popped, people loved the message, and then they wanted to get the shirt. So you can put your link in your profile in order to be able to link to specific products. You can also download, sign up for linkedinprofile.com, and that allows you to then have multiple links for multiple posts on Instagram. You can also do the same thing where you're doing it on Facebook Live. This has been very effective for us. I do this all the time, where I will do a Facebook Live on a specific product, or I'll be talking about something and I will put the link in the header and also in the comments of my Facebook Live video. So here's another example of doing it in the comments, and this converts very well for us. Okay, idea number 3, sidebar ads. This is the one that most people think of first. If you're starting out with sidebar ads, I encourage you to look into Google AdSense. It's a very simple way to earn a little money showing ads on your sidebar. Typically, you're going to earn around $1 to $2 per 1,000 page views on your blog. CPM is what it's called, and CPM just means cost per 1,000 page views. So if you have 10,000 page views per month, you'll earn around $20 per month with Google AdSense. That's not much, but it doesn't take you any time except for to just sign up for it and install a little piece of code on your sidebar, and then every single month you're going to make some money off of it. And as you grow your readership, you're going to see those numbers steadily climb. So here's an example of where we have ads on our sidebar, and we have them in multiple places. If you put them in more prominent places, you're going to make more money. If you have pop-up ads or other things like that, you're going to make even more money. I don't have that on MoneySavingMom.com, but I know a lot of people do, and they make a lot more money by having that. Number 4, this is going to be something usually a little bit down the road, but write an ebook. If you're a blogger, there are chances are that you have a lot that you want to say. So why not turn your favorite blog topics into ebooks? Amazon makes publishing ebooks very easy through their Kindle Direct publishing program. You simply log in with your Amazon account and follow their directions, and you can publish your own ebook. Here's one ebook that I wrote. This was quite a long while ago, but we still get a check from it every single month, 21 Days to More Disciplined Life. I do nothing to promote it. It's just up on Amazon. People find it through Amazon and they buy it. If you want to be successful with ebooks on Amazon, I highly recommend that you read this book published by Chandler Bolt. Last I checked, it was actually free on Amazon, but it walks you through step by step how to write your ebook, how to market your ebook, and how to successfully sell your ebook on Amazon. And even if you don't have a platform at all, you can set it up and be successful with it. And one thing that I wanted to mention is that if you have an ebook idea that does well, then you might consider turning it into a full-fledged video course. And that's one way to even make more money off of the idea and help more people. Number 5, this is one that is for further down the road, but accept sponsored post opportunities. Sponsored posts are a great way to earn good income for your blog once your site has grown a bit. You don't have to have a huge site. You just have to have some steady traffic to your site and a loyal following. It can be a really small following, but a loyal following. And a sponsored post is where you are paid to write for another company to promote their product. This is definitely one of the most lucrative ways to earn income with your blog. Now, I encourage you, if you are considering taking on a sponsored post, the most important thing to remember is only do posts that you believe in and that you feel would be a good fit for your blog. We turn down so many opportunities because it's just not a good fit. Just today, I turned down an opportunity to do a Facebook Live and an Instagram story. The company wanted to pay me great money, but it just wasn't that great of a deal. And I'm just not going to do that. On Facebook Live and on Instagram stories, I'm only going to share something that I really believe in, that is really a great deal, that I can really stand behind. So I say no all the time to sponsored posts, to Facebook Live opportunities, to Instagram story opportunities, all those things, just because it doesn't feel authentic to me and to my brand and what's going to serve my readers best. You can get sponsored post opportunities when you're first starting out through Tap Influence, Massive Sway, or Linquia. There are others as well, but those are some of the big ones. Most agencies have a page view and social media influence requirement, so it's better to wait to apply for sponsored posts until you have grown your blog a little bit. And here's just an example of one I did. I did multiple sponsored posts with Blue Apron. And so I did, is Blue Apron really worth the cost? And I talked about the cost of Blue Apron versus the cost of buying all the ingredients at the store and did this really honest review of that. Another one that I've done multiple posts with that I'm not working with anymore because of how they've changed things, and I don't really stand behind them anymore. But ThredUp, I did a post, multiple posts, but one of them, the jeans I'll be wearing over and over again this spring, they were just $14.99. So I'm writing it in my own voice in a way that's going to serve my readers. It's going to be really authentic to who I am and what my blog is, but the company is paying me, and they're also, in this one, they offered a 40% off coupon code. And a lot of times I'll ask them, I'll say, in order for me to do this, you have to offer some really amazing deal, because that's what people expect on my blog. And if you can't do that, if you can't offer a really amazing deal, if it's not some kind of product that I stand behind fully and love, if it's not something that I feel like is going to serve my readers, then I'm just going to say no. Okay, so 3 steps to start that blog you've always dreamed of. Don't worry. First step, I had a lot that I wanted to say. We will go much more quickly through the next 2. So number 1 is to determine your why. The second step is to develop your work ethic. I started blogging back in 2005, like I said, with the hope that it would bring in a small stream of income and would be a means to promote the online business that I had at the time. So much has changed since then. But one thing that has not changed is that you can make a good part-time or even full-time income from blogging. Blogging is easier and harder than you think. It's easy because it requires very little cash outlay up front. Most businesses, you're going to have to invest a lot. With blogging, as long as you have a computer and an internet connection, and basically you wouldn't even have to buy anything else, and you could start a blog. I recommend that you buy a few things, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but it requires very little cash outlay up front. You don't need a degree or certification. Like I said, I didn't go to college. I don't have any special certificates or anything that would make me, have the experience or the knowledge to be able to blog. I just learned as I went. The field is wide open. Anyone can start a blog. The profit margins are high. Okay, but on the other hand, setting up a successful blog that makes a part-time or full-time income will only be the result of massive amounts of determination, effort, consistency, and perseverance. So let's talk about whether you have what it takes to be a successful blogger. Here are the 5 traits that I think you need to have. Number 1, successful bloggers are marathoners, not sprinters. Anyone can be a successful blogger, but unless you're already a celebrity, there's no such thing as overnight blogging success. It takes hard work, sweat, and more hard work. In fact, it may be a few months before you ever see a penny from your hours of labor invested into your blog. Number 2, successful bloggers have incredible passion. If you don't think you could write 3 posts per week for the next 2 years on your chosen blog topic, you need to choose a different topic or a different work-at-home idea. Number 3, successful bloggers are self-starters. It's great to learn from others, but if you want to be spoon-fed, you won't succeed. You have to roll up your sleeves, start digging and researching. You have to read books on blogging, read articles on blogging, read blogs on blogging, watch bloggers who are successfully blogging, and you need to do your own experimentation. Number 4, successful bloggers are creative. In a market that is already saturated, fresh and unique voices and approaches are those that will stand head and shoulders above the rest. So ask yourself, how are you going to be different from all the other bloggers in your niche? And number 5, successful bloggers are consistent. Readers come back when they can count on you to have regularly updated content. It's much better to post 3 times per week every week than to post 30 times one week every few months. So the one habit that I want you to develop right now, I want you to start this tonight or tomorrow. I want you to begin to develop your work ethic and the discipline required for blogging right now, even before your site is fully developed, because this will pay off. It's so easy to say, well, I'm going to start doing this whenever I actually have my site up, or whenever I figure out my schedule, whenever I figure out that I have more time, whenever I find a better babysitter, whenever I get more organized, whenever the baby starts sleeping through the night, whatever. We can come up with all these reasons why we can't start now. But there's never a good time to start most things. The best time to start is just to start now. Don't wait until you have those perfect conditions, till everything's all streamlined and figured out. Just jump out and start. Look at your calendar and see when you can devote time to blogging. Try to make it happen every single day, as early in the day as possible. Make an appointment with yourself that you won't miss. Make it a habit like brushing your teeth. Every single day, get up and spend 30 minutes on your blog. Make it part of your morning routine. Even if you don't have your blog set up yet, start by using that time to do research or work on setting up your site. Once your blog is set up, then you can use that time to focus on your big goals for the week. Because I encourage everyone to have at least 1 to 2 big goals for your week every single week. And by big goals, I mean they might be bite-sized, manageable goals. I want them to be goals that are realistic and that you can accomplish in a week. But I want you to only have a few things that you're saying, these are the few things that I am going to actually focus on and finish this week. For instance, this week, my one goal was to finish another blogging course that I'm working on and to start working on the foundational steps I need to get a podcast launched in September. There are so many other things that I could be doing, but those are the 2 things that I'm just saying, if at the end of this week I have worked on both of those things, finished the blog course, which was so close to being done, and then done the foundational steps I needed to get a podcast launched in September, which I've been working on again for a few weeks, but I want to get the ball moving on that. Then I can say it was a successful week. So for you, it might be to set up your domain name and decide on a look for your future blog, or it might be to write 1 post and schedule 3 posts on social media. Whatever it is, I want you to set aside 30 minutes daily to work on your blog. Make an appointment with yourself and put it on your calendar, and then decide these are the few things, the 1 to 2 things that I am going to finish this week. I'm going to focus and finish on these 1 to 2 things. And then next week, you can choose 1 to 2 more things. But if you just try to start all these things, you're never going to finish anything. So focus and finish. Finally, the 3rd step to start that blog you've always dreamed of is you need to design your website. Now, when we start talking about website design, people can kind of break out in hives and be like, I don't know technical stuff. I don't know what I should be doing. Well, I want to encourage you. Number 1, I am not a techie person. People always think that's funny and they think that that's not true. But I promise you, the people who know me in real life will absolutely stand by that. I am not a techie person. I am not. It's hilarious that I'm a blogger. So I just want to encourage you, what you don't need to start a blog. You don't need an expensive designer. You don't need 30 pre-written posts. You don't need active profiles on all social media platforms. I encourage you to go ahead and set up your profiles on the social media platforms, but you do not need to start using them yet, okay? Just set them up and wait to use them down the road. Just have them set up so that when you're ready, when you feel like you have the margin in your life, they're ready and waiting for you. You don't need to do it all. Don't compare yourself to other more established bloggers. When I first started blogging, I couldn't have imagined that MoneySavingMom.com would be where it is today. But you have to remind yourself along the way, just do the next thing. Like we talked about, focus and finish. Do the next thing. You can't do it all. Today, there's no way that I can do all the things that I want to do. I have to also selectively choose those few things and focus on those. So that's what you don't need to start a blog. Now, what do you need? You need to have your domain name. This is your URL, the www. fill in the blank. Your blog name should encompass your blog's mission and should clearly articulate your blog's purpose. And I really challenge you to not hurry through the process of picking a name. It's your brand, and you want to make sure that you love it and it's something you're going to love for years to come. So your domain name should encompass your blog's mission and should clearly articulate your blog's purpose. You can set up your domain name on different sites, like if you're setting up your hosting through Bluehost, you can get it through, you can get your domain name through Bluehost, or you can go to a site like GoDaddy.com and you can check to see if your domain name is available. So you need your domain name. You also need hosting. This is where your blog will live online. It's basically like paying rent to have a site online. It's different than your domain name, your www. whatever address. Hosting is like the house or apartment you rent or own, while your domain name is your address. You need both. I recommend Bluehost if you're new to blogging or just need a robust site with great customer service. I used Bluehost for a few years when I was first blogging. I don't use it anymore because my site has grown so large, so we have to have more personalized and customized service, but Bluehost is a great fit for small to medium-sized sites. You also need a blogging platform. Now, what is a blogging platform? This is what is going to allow your blog to run. WordPress is the software that I recommend highly that you'll actually use to blog. Basically, it's the nuts and bolts of what allows you to type up your post and upload them onto your hosting so that they show up at the domain name that you picked. And then you need a blogging theme. Your blogging theme is like the outfit of your website. It dictates how your site looks and functions. There are lots of different resources for a blogging theme. Two that we recommend are Restored 316. They make really beautiful feminine WordPress themes. And then also Divi. And Divi is what we use to create your blogging university. It has a visual drag and drop builder, and it makes it very easy to edit your post content right on your site without having to mess with the WordPress editor. And then finally, you need an email list. An email list is really what is going to be the lifeblood of your business. Your subscribers are the most valuable readers you have. They are the readers that have said, I like your site. I want to hear more from you. Don't ever take this for granted. It's an extremely valuable thing. So in order to create an email list so that you can send out those email newsletters, you'll need a reliable email service provider, and that is going to be where all of your subscriber emails are going to be. It's also going to provide ways for your subscribers to join or opt into your email list, and it's going to allow you to build, edit, and send your email newsletters. And then there's lots of other cool things that you can do to customize your email list. Two email services that we recommend are ConvertKit. It's a really great one to get started with, and it's super user-friendly, and also MailChimp. MailChimp is one of the easiest and most affordable options for email list management. So I threw a lot at you, and right now you might be feeling a little bit scared or overwhelmed. And I'm going to open up the floor for questions, and so that we can talk about whatever are your burning questions or how you feel scared, and I can help you and give you some practical help and hope right where you are. But before I do that, I wanted to address something that some of you might be feeling. Did me listing off all of this stuff that you need to do to set up your blog just give you hives or make you feel like, I can't do this, I'm out? Maybe you feel like starting a blog is just too hard because you're not a techie sort of person. Remember, I am not techie either. I've talked to so many people over the past few years who really want to start a blog, but they're just plain scared of actually doing it. They have great visions and ideas. They have high hopes and aspirations, but when it really comes down to doing it, they feel overwhelmed. Maybe you're saying, what if I start a blog and then nobody reads it? Or do I really have anything different to offer to the world than the millions of blogs currently you're offering? Or perhaps you're saying, what if I run out of things to write about? Or maybe you're just feeling like you are plain inadequate. If you're feeling that way, I just want to encourage you. I get you so much. When I first started blogging back in 2005, I didn't tell you this, most people didn't even know what a blog was. I remember countless times I had to explain what blogging actually was, what the word blog meant, before I could tell people what I blogged about. There weren't blogging conferences or courses. There was no social media. There weren't blogging networking groups, and I only knew a few people who had a blog. I felt really inadequate because I didn't go to college, because I wasn't techie, and I'd always felt like I didn't have any special gifts. But I'm so glad that I jumped out and started, even though I was scared, because the blessings and adventures and friends and opportunities that blogging has brought into our lives has been incredible. As I told you at the beginning, I never could have dreamed that I would make a full-time income online. I never dreamed that blogging would be the catalyst for me to get 3 book deals and to become a New York Times best-selling author. I never imagined that because of blogging, I would have the opportunity to travel to South Africa, help build classrooms and community centers, and be closely involved in a ministry near and dear to my heart there. And I certainly could have never guessed that my husband would be able to quit his stressful job as an attorney and come home full-time. Blogging has been such a gift to our family, which is why I am so passionate about helping other women start their own blogs. I want to pass on the knowledge I've gained, share the lessons that I've learned, help prevent you from making those same mistakes that I made, and encourage women to be able to also be incredibly successful bloggers, all while loving their life and keeping the first things first. And so that is why I created Blog Startup 101. It is my introductory course to help you start your blog. It is a simple step-by-step course that will teach you exactly what you need to know to get your blog set up. This comprehensive course includes detailed lessons and video tutorials from me and from Katie, who is on here tonight helping me. She is my tech guru and project manager, and all things techie that I don't understand, she understands it. And so she helps create this course so that we got all the techie stuff right. Because like I said, I am not techie. So she holds your hand through the techie section so that you can actually do it. Blog Startup 101 is for you if you don't currently own a blog and you'd really like to start one up, but you have no idea where to start or how to do it. Blog Startup 101 is for you if you'd like help going step by step through the process of setting up your blog so you don't have to figure it all out on your own. It's also for you if you get overwhelmed with too much tech lingo and just need a straightforward, easy to understand guide to help you get your blog set up. The course, like I said, has video tutorials, step-by-step, walking you through everything that you need to do to set up your blog. And it is truly step-by-step. We went through the process of setting up a blog and did it for you on video so that you would know exactly what you need to do. There is also a course portal that has a workbook and has lessons for you so that if you are more of a visual learner, you also have that so that you can either watch the videos or you can read the course lessons. And then there are also lots of links and additional little videos and photos and all of that to help you step by step through the process. So there are 5 different lessons. We keep it very simple and very straightforward. Lesson 1 is all about hosting, domain names, and blog platforms. Lesson 2 dives into WordPress, and we talk about how to use WordPress and all the basic functions of WordPress. Lesson 3 is about how to create your first blog post, step by step, how to actually get your post posted, how to add pictures, add links, all of that. Lesson 4 is about your social media accounts and how to connect them to your blog and what social media you should start with. And lesson 5 is all about setting up your email newsletter and some of the best practices and just the basic stuff that you need to know about getting your email newsletter set up. So when you enroll in Blog Startup 101, you'll get a free student account on your Blogging University platform. This has a number of different courses. We are doing them all in chronological order. So if you start with Blog Startup 101, then there are multiple courses after that to take you through the whole process that you go from no blog to hopefully very successful blog when you get through the end of the courses. You can also choose, if you don't want to do all the courses, you can just pick and choose which ones you need to do, or you can just do Blog Startup 101, and that's it. It's your choice. We tried to make it so that it's a la carte, so you can choose what works for you. That's why it's your blogging university. So you get a student account on that. You get 5 self-paced, easy to understand lessons covering the most important blog setup topics for beginners. You get detailed video tutorials with each lesson showing you visual how-tos to make the blog setup process super simple with instructions that are easy to implement. And I made the thing where if I could figure out how to do it based upon the lessons, that I knew anyone could. So I was the guinea pig to make sure that the lessons were actually well done for people who are not techie at all. So we try to make them as simple and step-by-step as possible. You also get daily assignments to help you stay on track throughout the blog setup process, a printable PDF workbook, including the entire course lessons to make studying easier on the go, and then bonus video recommended resources and more. So we're doing something special tonight. In addition to Blog Startup 101, which I'm offering, I am doing a package deal that you're gonna also get WordPress 101, my separate course all on WordPress, which is the platform, the blogging platform that is more technical, that you're gonna want to learn and understand so that you can be successful at blogging. And again, this course is very, very step-by-step. You're gonna get 5 comprehensive lessons covering the most important elements of WordPress needed to get you familiar with this blogging tool. Again, you're gonna get the detailed video lessons, the daily assignments, the bonus video tutorials, the downloadable PDF workbook, plus everyone who signs up tonight, you also get an invite to the exclusive student Facebook group. So if you buy one of our courses, you get access to our exclusive student Facebook group where you can collaborate with other bloggers who are going through these courses right alongside with you. So you not only will get access to your blogging university, the portal. This is where you can purchase other courses. You can see all the different courses that we have to offer, but you also get access to our student group. And this is where you can bring your questions. You can celebrate a win. You can ask for people to give you feedback on something, all sorts of things. And then I pop in there and share different things throughout the months as well. And so this is such a great resource if you would like to collaborate with other bloggers. We have this for everyone who purchases one of our courses. You get access to this student group on Facebook. So the Beginner Blogger Startup Bundle, usually Blog Startup 101 is $37 and WordPress 101 is $37. And those prices, a lot of people have told me that I need to raise my prices, and I can't bring myself to do it because I know what it's like to be a beginner blogger and to not have a lot of time, to be trying to bootstrap it and start out on a shoestring budget. And so I want to make my courses as affordable as possible so that they are as accessible for as many people as possible. So these courses are usually $37 each. However, because you signed up for this webinar, we are offering something special just for you. You can get both courses for just $47 total. So that's a very significant savings. You'll get both courses for just $47 total for the next 3 days only. You can get Blog Startup 101 and WordPress 101 for just $47 total. And this will give you everything that you need to get your blog set up, to understand how to post, to get your social media accounts connected, to get your email newsletter set up, and to really understand WordPress and understand how it works so that you can be successful as a blogger. So for people who are asking, if you wanted to just get one of the courses, like I said, they're $37 individually, and you can go to yourblogginguniversity.com. You can see all the courses that we have, and they're all just $37 on there individually. Sarah, you said my website and blog are through Squarespace. Will the information be helpful if I don't use WordPress? I'm going to try to convince you to switch over to WordPress. The information will be helpful, but I highly, highly, highly recommend switching over to WordPress for a huge number of reasons. One of which is just that WordPress is the best platform out there, and your SEO is going to be so much better if you are on WordPress. Lori, if you already own the 3 courses, can you get the printable planner? Absolutely. Just shoot Katie an email and she will get that for you. Phoebe, you said, do we need a promo code? You should not need a promo code. You should just be able to click on the link and it should take you right to the page to be able to order. Dana asked, can we use PayPal? Yes, you can absolutely use PayPal. Serena, you said if you've already bought WordPress 101 and Blog Startup 101, can you still get a deal on the special bonus? Yes. Shoot an email to Katie and she will make sure that we take care of you on that. Gina, yes. Does that give you up to Friday to get the bundle? So you can get the 2 courses for just $47 for the next 3 days. So today is Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes, through Friday. And we will make sure to send you, we'll be sending you a few emails over the next few days if you haven't purchased, to just remind you, because I know how it's easy for life to happen and you have every intention of making that purchase and then you get busy. So we'll send you some email reminders so that you don't miss out. Sheila, you said you're already on WordPress, but you're confused if you're on the one that you can sell from, you don't understand the difference. We talk about that very specifically and we walk you through that in the courses. But WordPress.com is the one that you cannot sell from unless you pay. I believe it's $29 a month, and then it's very strict on what you can sell. So what you want to have your site set up through is WordPress.org, and WordPress.org allows you to add affiliate links, allows you to add ads on the sidebar, whatever you want to do. You have free reign to be able to do when your site is set up through WordPress.org. Jeremy, you said, what is Katie's email again? It's Katie, so Katie at moneysavingmom.com. So Katie at moneysavingmom.com. And you can always contact us through our contact form on Money Saving Mom or your blogging mentor, or shoot me a DM on Instagram or whatever. We'll make sure you're taken care of. Okay. Christy asked, is there a best time to post? Is there a best time to post? That is a great question, and I would say that I don't think necessarily on your blog that you have to worry so much about a perfect time to post. I pretty much always put my content pieces up on Money Saving Mom as well as your blogging mentor in the afternoon. That's just because that's when it works for me. There is a best time to post on social media, and I have found that if you post before 8:30 a.m. Central Time or after 8 p.m. Central Time on social media, usually you're going to get more engagement and more interaction, and more people are going to see your posts, just because people tend to get up in the morning and they check on their phones and they check social media. Same thing kind of after they put the kids to bed at night, after dinner, they're on their phones, they're checking social media. So thinking about how your audience base, how they run their life, what works for them. You think about who is your target market. Are they stay-at-home moms? Are they work outside the home moms? Are they moms at all? Are they single? Who is your target market? And then you can think about, okay, what are they typically, what is their life going to be structured like? And then you can kind of plan accordingly. But I really feel like the best thing to do is to just do what works best for you, and not try to make your blog become a burden, but you want it to be a blessing. So like I said, I post stuff when it works for me. I do try to plan so that I'm posting on social media in the mornings or in the evenings, but with social media, especially with Pinterest and with Facebook, you can pre-schedule, and even now with Instagram, you can pre-schedule some stuff so that it's gonna go up at the optimum time. Mary Lynn, you ask, are the classes recorded so you can review again? Yes, so all of the classes it's all in the course portal, and you have lifetime access to them. So there are videos in the course portal that you have lifetime access that you can review at your own pace, at your own rate, whatever works for you. And if you want to watch a video one of the lessons, if you want to watch it 5 times, you can watch it 5 times. If you want to go back to it a year later and rewatch it again, you can go back to it a year later and rewatch it again. So it's on your own time schedule. There is no, that it's only available for a certain time frame or whatever. It's you are able to have lifetime access and view it as many times as you like. Can I talk about legal disclaimers? Patricia asked. I'm assuming that you are referring to when you're posting affiliate links. I'm not completely sure, but if you are posting affiliate links, you always need to disclose. According to the Federal Trade Commission, you always need to disclose that you have an affiliate relationship. You're supposed to disclose it right up front near the beginning of your post. You will see that on MoneySavingMom.com. You'll see how I would say this post uses affiliate links. Read our disclosure policy here. So I'm putting it out there right up front. I'm saying that we have affiliate relationships. We're using affiliate links. We are potentially making a profit if you click through and make a purchase. So you want to put that out there. As far as other legal disclaimers, we talk about that some in some of our later courses. But then also, you're going to want to have the copyright, you're going to have the privacy policy, and you're going to want to have a disclosure policy. Those are very simple things. And in some of our later we discuss that. And so we don't want to throw a whole ton of stuff at you right in the beginning and overwhelm you. We try to just have the so that you're slowly building and not overwhelmed. So I would just say, don't stress over the legal stuff. Of course, you want to be on the up and up, but I don't want you to stress over it so much that it keeps you from stepping forward. So just know that we've got your back and we are going to guide you through and hold your hand through the whole way through. That is what your blogging university was created for. It was these courses in small bite-sized pieces to walk you through everything that you need to know to go from zero blog to successful blog. And so we're doing all the beginner courses now, and then we have intermediate courses and advanced courses planned. Is the time to send out emails the same as social media posting? Linda asked. That is a great question. And I would say that that is going to depend upon your list. I have found that midday emails typically are not at all as successful as early morning and evening emails. So one of the times that we typically send a lot of emails, just because it works for me to schedule them and get them written, but is Saturday morning at 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. Central Time. We found that a lot of people seem to have a little bit more time to read emails on Saturday mornings. Now, a lot of my audience, they're people who they would be home on the weekends and they would be checking their email. If your audience are people who they're only checking email at work, then a Saturday morning email is not going to be a smart time. So think about who your target market is, but remember that you can schedule those things out ahead of time. One other thing I wanted to mention when it comes to social media is that you can actually look on Facebook. You can look on Google Analytics. You can look on your social media. You can see on Instagram, when are the most people, sorry, things are falling over up here. When are the most people on your social media? So you can know, okay, the most people are on Facebook. I can look on there and I can say, people are on Facebook after 8 p.m. Central Time on my Facebook page. And so that's when I'm going to want to post the best posts. That's when I post my content pieces every single day. My best content pieces, I post them then because I want the most people to be able to see them. Are there any money back guarantees for the course materials? Yes. We have a 7-day money back guarantee. So we want to encourage you to jump in and start. And so that's why we have a 7-day money back guarantee, because we don't want to say, hey, maybe 5 years down the road, you decide that you are not going to blog and you want to get your money back because you need money. That's not really what this is for. But if you get it and you look through it and you're like, this is not for me, we are happy to give you your money back, no questions asked. Tim said, did it take you long to grow thick skin when it came to dealing with negative comments? Yes, I actually posted about this on Instagram stories tonight. So if you do not follow me on Instagram stories, I'm The Money Saving Mom. And I oftentimes share funny things on there that people have said by email or in comments. I don't rat out anyone and give specifics so that people would know who I'm talking about. But I will share on there just because I have learned to laugh about the comments. But sometimes they still surprise me. But I talked tonight about how blogging, one of the things that I learned from blogging that I never expected was I learned to not be bothered by negative comments. I learned to not be bothered if people don't like me. It's okay. I'm not for everyone, and that is okay. And I don't have to stress over feeling like I upset or I disappointed someone and they don't like me and they're not going to read my blog anymore, and that means I'm a failure. I'm not for everyone. But I wrote a post where I talked about I do believe that you should always pay attention to the negative comments. Look at them, see, is there any truth there? Because I've learned so much from the critical comments that have helped me to be better as a blogger, that have helped me to be better, the kinds of pictures that I post, the kind of blogs that I write, smiling more. I did an Instagram about that not too long ago, talking about how I would get critical comments from people saying, you just don't smile enough, and recognizing that's something that I need to work on. So paying attention to the negative comments in the sense of, is there any truth here that I need to really take to heart? So yes, it does take a while to develop the thick skin. The good news is that you're usually not going to get negative comments right from the get-go. And so you can rest assured you don't have to stress over that. And you're also going to get fewer negative comments if you don't touch hot button issues. So if you feel called to touch hot button issues, then by all means go for it. But I have learned that there are certain issues that it's just not a hill that I'm going to die on. Politics is one of them. I'm not going to talk about anything related to politics because it's just not worth it. I want to be able to serve all people no matter where you stand politically. And so as long as I don't talk about it, then I don't have to be offending and upsetting people and causing a whole avalanche of negative critical comments just because I kind of just, open that Pandora's box. You said you have Jeff Coyne's course. I believe that Jeff Coyne's course is very much about being a writer and being a better blogger, and it's very much about the bones of great writing. This is much more about the technicalities of setting up a blog and successfully setting up a blog. So I could be wrong because I haven't seen if he's tweaked his course since last time I've seen it, but his, I think, is a fantastic course on improving as a writer. This one is just, we are more focusing on helping you build a successful blog. And so the nuts and bolts of all the technical stuff, and then taking it to the next level of setting up your email list successfully. We are working right now on our next course that's going to be all about building your email list. So marketing your email list, getting more people on your email list. So marketing and monetization, those are two areas that I'm really passionate about and want to help people with. And so you're going to see a lot of that woven into my courses because that's really where it's kind of like my sweet spot and it's my wheelhouse and something that I really, really love. What option is available since I already have the startup course? Crystal asked, just email Katie and she will make sure that she will give you some options. So just email Katie@moneysavingmom.com and she'll help you out. Marie's asked, you said, I got disconnected trying to purchase. Is this a lifetime membership or access? Yes, you get lifetime access to the courses. Joe said, I just started my blog and completed the blogging 101 steps and have a free WordPress course. Is this still going to be beneficial to me? I would encourage you to go ahead and get it because I believe it will be beneficial to you, especially as a whole and seeing all of it as a whole. But again, if you look at it, you purchase it and you look at it and you're like, yeah, I already have, because I already have my blog set up and I feel like I've already done a lot of research, then just ask for the money back. And within 7 days, as long as it's within 7 days, we're happy to give you your money back because I am known online as Money Saving Mom. I do not want you to spend money on something that is not going to really, really be beneficial to you. So that's why we offer the money back guarantee, because I want you to use your money wisely. Okay, Edna said, I tried to buy, but it just has a review order button. What am I doing wrong? Katie, I'm assuming that you're going to help her with that. Patricia said, you talk about driving traffic to your blog on the bundle offered. We talk a little bit about it, but that's something that we are going to address in more detail in some of the later courses. So this is more about getting a really great foundation, because I know it's so easy to want to jump ahead to all the fun stuff. But the problem is that if you don't have a very strong foundation in place, if you get all these people to your blog, what's going to happen? Your blog is going to crumble because you don't have that great foundation. So we're going to help you with setting all the bones in place for that strong foundation with these courses, so that then you can have that avalanche of traffic. Just like right now we're working on the Build Your List email course, and that's all about growing your list exponentially, because we know that hopefully people have already taken the other courses and they are ready to be able to then take it to the next level. And so that's what we are hoping to do step by step. And then we have intermediate courses planned that we will be starting to launch hopefully next year, and then advanced courses. So your blogging university, we want it to be kind of the one-stop shop that you can go in there and pick which courses you want and what works for you. And so this is just kind of an introductory offer to just really help introduce you to your blogging university at a fantastic rate, so that you can get in there and see how it works, and then hopefully you'll decide that it's something really helpful, and then we offer the courses later on for whatever it is that you need. And I'll tell you a secret, and that is, if you sign up, we also offer, when we have a brand new course, we offer a discount on the very first day for students. So we give you the best price that you're going to see on the internet. We're going to give it to our students because, again, I'm all about helping you save money. And so I want you to save as much money as possible so that you can hopefully be able to be as successful as possible without having to spend a lot of money to be able to build your blog. Okay. Mona said, do you do a complete step-by-step on how to connect all social media to your blog? Yes. That is one of the things that we wanted to make. So everything is super, super step by step by step by step. And so there are video tutorials to help you. Here to do this, then click this, then do this, then do this. That it's very step by step for people like me who need the step by step and aren't just intuitive enough to figure out the techie stuff. And then I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, and I don't want to botch it. Karindalin. And you said, what are some great legal resources on incorporating your blog and getting trademarks? Katie, I don't know if you already responded to her, but can you put the link for Bobby's website in there? Because it is such a fantastic resource for all the legal stuff. Any tips for creating a freebie to grow your email list? Well, that is what the next course is all about. But let's talk about it. I'm going to give you a little teaser because I've been in that zone for the past few weeks. So I encourage you to consider first who your target market is. So who you're trying to reach. What are their needs? So secondly, think about what are their greatest needs? What are their struggles? If you know some people who are in that target market, ask them. Say to them, what are your greatest needs? What are your greatest struggles? Ask them. And so creating a freebie that's going to attract your ideal customer is so easy to come up with. Just today, we were talking on our team, and we were talking about how there is so many different ideas of things that we could set up for freebies. For instance, our readers love freezer cooking, and we were talking about we could do a freebie on 27 things you didn't know you could freeze. Or just earlier this week, I posted about our technology chart that we've been using with our kids for the summer and how it's been helping keep our life so simple that we don't have to be constantly saying, no, you can't get on the internet, or no, you can't watch that show or whatever. But it's just, we have the chart, and the chart, we just follow the chart. And people have been begging me to share that chart, and we were talking about how that could be a freebie. But then I was saying, how is that going to attract the people that are really going to be our long-term customers and or our raving fans? And so we really want to focus on providing the freebie that is going to attract the right type of customer who is going to be a loyal follower and or raving fan and or customer. So thinking about where you're headed and attracting them through your freebie. So starting out with that, some of my favorite types of freebies are cheat sheets, so something really simple. That appeals to people who they don't want to read an ebook. They don't want to go through a course. They don't want to go through an email course. They just want the quick, simple cheat sheet. So a cheat sheet is one. Also doing a challenge is another one that's been very successful for us and for others I know, where you could say a 5-day challenge to eat healthier, 5-day challenge to get your home decluttred. You have Facebook groups and you have daily projects, and you set it up so that you're collecting their email, and then you're getting they're getting to be a part of a Facebook group. Maybe they get some kind of printable. They have that accountability, and you're nurturing your relationship with them through that by providing that for them, and you're helping them. You're solving the problem. You're meeting a need by doing a challenge. Another one to consider is a really simple email series. So you're sending them out a series of emails on a specific topic. One of the most effective freebies that we have done, and this is something for down the road, is we have a printable library. So a freebie library. If you go to moneysavingmom.com, you will see at the top of the blog, there is a sign up for our freebie library. And that is all of our printables. So our ebooks, our different printable pages, worksheets, all the different things that we have produced over the years that we've offered for free, we put them all into a printable library. And that has been so effective. People love that because they feel like they're getting access to this huge, valuable library of resources. And for us, it was just a matter of just compiling all these things that we already had put together. Okay. Laura, you asked, do you include any info on GDPR in any of your courses? Yes. So the course that we are just coming out with, it's supposed to come out next week on building your email list. We have a section on GDPR in there. And then also we did a post on yourbloggingmentor.com just a few weeks ago on GDPR. If you just search for GDPR in there, you will find it. It's kind of the basics of everything that you need to know. But we talk about in our Building Your List course that's coming out next week. So make sure you're on our email list. If you sign up tonight and you're a student, remember you're going to get a special discount. So that will have a lesson that we talk about the legalities of your email list and what you need to have in place so that you are in compliance with GDPR. And then, is there a way to hide or delete negative comments that may contain offensive language? Yes. So you can set up on your blog so that you have to moderate all comments, or on WordPress, you can also have so that certain words, if there's that word in the comment, it will automatically put it into moderation, which means that it will not show to your followers until you go in there and you manually choose to show it, or you can choose to delete it. So I have all sorts of words, kind of crazy words that you would never, but words that I have found that if there's a comment with this specific word, it typically is from someone who they need to not have their comment shown, or it's going to create a firestorm. Like, for instance, some of the words that I have are to do with politics. And so if people use certain words, it will, let's say like Trump, if they're going to put a certain word in a comment, it's probably going to need to be a comment that I'm going to need to read to decide whether it's something that we're going to want to have on the blog. And so you can put all those words in there. On Facebook, you can set it up so that it's there's certain levels. And so if there are 4-letter words in a comment, it won't show, it will hide it until you choose to unhide it. So yes, you absolutely, you have control over things like that. And you can also delete any comments at any time, or you can put a specific person. You can blacklist them on WordPress. So if they tend to leave unkind, negative comments, there's just stirring up things, you can put their IP address or their email address, and so their comments will automatically go into moderation. On Facebook, it's really great. You can choose to hide comments so people can't tell that you've hidden their comment, and their friends can't tell, but no one else is going to see that. And I use that a lot if someone's just kind of spewing a little, they're not being over the top critical, but they're just saying something that it's like, this is probably going to turn into a fight, so I'm just going to hide this comment. All right, so the countdown clock is almost to 2 minutes, and I want to respect your time, and so I don't want you to be on here forever. I know we could talk about all sorts of different things, but I just want to remind you that once the countdown clock is gone, once it's down to 0, if you didn't take advantage, you will not get to take advantage of the $47 offer to get all 3 courses plus the printable blog planner for just $47, which is a crazy crazy deal because it's $111 worth of material that will help you be able to set up your blog and be successful as a blogger for just $47. So after tonight, then it goes away and you're just going to have the offer to get the 2 courses for $47. So if you haven't taken advantage, now's your opportunity. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was so great to get to hang out with you. If you have any other questions, know that you can always reach out to us on social media. I would love for you to follow me if you aren't already doing so. On Instagram, I'm Your Blogging Mentor. And also follow yourbloggingmentor.com, and you can get our latest post every single week. You'll get notified when we have a new course coming out, and hopefully get a lot of encouragement and inspiration to be able to set up your blog and be successful as a blogger, and hopefully go from making no money to not only having a great blog set up, being successful as a blogger, but hopefully making a part-time to full-time income and making an impact and getting your words out there to the world, because the world needs your words. They need your story. They need what you have to share. The world needs you. And that's what I want to encourage you with tonight. Don't be scared. Don't live in fear. You need to just step out there, take that first little step. You can do it, and know that I am cheering for you all the way.